Hey guys, we're back for another video. Thank you guys for being here. This video is not going to be very long. This is kind of like a little pop in, okay? So we can give y'all some updates, news and updates rather, okay? Thank y'all for being here. I love you guys down. Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope you guys are having a very happy, relaxing Sunday at that. So let's jump on into our news, honey, okay? Y'all pardon the noise in the background. My husband and my son in there on the game. Y'all know how that is, okay? All right, so hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me All right, guys, I'm back. I had to let them know, child, because they be in there trash talking on the game, and baby, it be loud. Hey, y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, so let's get into it. Because I got a date, y'all. Y'all see me dressed up? I got a little date after my video. So I said, let me squeeze in a video because I ain't touched down with my people yet. So they won't be looking for me like, where the hell is Caramel? Okay. So I had to go in there and put on my little cute stuff so I can go on my little date today. Okay. My husband said he want to take me out today, honey. I said, let's go. I already got my little babysitter, honey. I already got my little babysitter set up. We're going to get it in these streets. So let's get into the show, though. All right. So everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. Let's get into our first topic. Now, if you guys have been watching my videos, you guys remember I've played, right, so enjoy my day. Yes, and I love a good date. So we've been talking about Yandy and her assistant child who aired her out saying that Yandy was flying him to London with some guy that Yandy's supposed to be dating behind Mendice's back. Well, this same friend, he's back again, child, with another video. It says that Yandy's Smith's former best friend breaks down in an emotional rant and says that he'll only miss Skylar and Amir. These are Yandy's kids. Okay, so of course, you know, he and Yandy are not in a good space. So Yandy is not trying to be around him and letting him come back to her house or be around her kids. So he's having a little freak out moment after he done aired her out, honey. So let's get into it.
Do it. You think I wanted to do that to you? Do you think I wanted to do this to you? You made me do it, you evil. You so nasty and evil to me. And so many other people I see you. You made me. I love you. And you did that to me. I mean, stop acting like a girl because I'm crying because I'm a faggot. I'm a sissy. Stop acting like a girl. You made me do that. You took Skylar and Amir from me. You did it to me. You did it to me. I can see a scene of the DC whenever I want to. You took them from me. You made me do it. You evil. You so evil. I'm so mad at you. You did that to me. I didn't do that to you. I talked to you over and over and over. I talked to you. You so nasty. You evil. I swear you an evil bitch. You take my munchies from me. Fucking Christian, you so evil. You so evil. You so evil. You know I don't have my mother. You know I don't have my mother. You do it. You think I wanted to do that to you? Do you think I wanted to do this to you?
So now, since he's come out to expose Yandy for cheating and flying him all over the place and having this other person that Yandy is said to be cheating on Mendice's with around, he also talked about in our last video that I played for you guys yesterday that he had an adjoining room to Yandy when they were in when they were out of town, and he said that he could hear Yandy and this guy in the other room like getting it on. And when his man called on his phone, like he couldn't even answer because he didn't want his man to think that he was in the room doing something with a man. I was like, what? He said they were in London, child. Said that Yandy flew him to London and said that Yandy and this guy that she's seeing behind Mendice's back, was pounding her out in the bedroom, and he said that he could hear it like real loud and clear in his room because they had the adjoining rooms in their hotel. So he aired her out. I don't know what Yandy did to him, but she pissed him off, and he told all her business. Now he is crying and upset because Yandy won't allow him to see the kids, and have cut off all communication with the kids and him. So he's mad about that, as he should. I mean, shit, you say some shit about me, you damn sure ain't gonna be around my kids. No. So he's having a little moment. This is like the third video because I've shared them all. So this is like his third video that he's come out to talk about Yandy. I'm just like, this kind of makes you feel like, okay, should I trust a person that close to give them that much of my information, of personal whereabouts and wherewithal, knowing that if we fall out that they're going to result to doing these types of things is weird. So it said that Yandy Smith, now former best friend, and he's her assistant as well, his name is Bryant, still isn't letting up. Said that it's been days now, and he just posted another emotional message saying that he completely broke down after a night out. He says, and the only thing that he'll miss is her children, Skylar and Amir. He says that he claims that he never wants to see or hear from Yandy again. Says that he was spiritually affected by just being in her home. Said, and warns that if she ever calls him a liar, that even months from now that he'll expose everything that he's got. So see, now you're asking, can you have a relationship with her kids? But then you turn around saying, if she turn around and call you a liar for the things that you put out about her, that you're going to go out and put some more damaging information out about her. Of course she don't want you around her kids. I wouldn't want somebody that's an enemy of mine around my kids. So I got to agree with Yandy on this. Yandy, you're doing right as a mother not to allow your kids to have any type of relationship or interaction with him, because a person that's upset, if you're upset at me, damn it, you're upset with my kids. That's how I see it. You can't babysit my kids if you're mad at me. You can't be around my kids if you are mad with me. And I agree with Yandy. So whatever she did, if she's cheating on Mendice's, that's between she and Mendice's. It's not your story to tell. It's not your place to say anything, post a video about it, post receipts about it. Like, that's between the two of them. From what we hear, Yandy Mendice's allegedly has some type of open relationship. Other people have confirmed it as well. So maybe that's an agreement that they have. Maybe Mendice's knows about Yandy out doing what she's doing, because we've heard plenty of stories about him out cheating. So I don't feel like it's your place to air her out and then sit up here crying like a damn girl because she cut you off from being around her kids. Like, nigga, bye. Okay, it's giving moist irritation. I'm irritated by that. Okay, I'm very irritated. Let's move on, child. People are pulling this interview that Caresha, honey, aka Young Miami, did since Diddy's trial is back. Since Diddy's trial is out, and everybody's starting to speak up about the things that Diddy did to them. All right. So I said that Caresha, honey, says that her and Diddy were actually falling in love. Now y'all know Diddy ain't falling in love with nobody. Now, the only person that he said that he was actually in love with that really had his heart was Kim, and he wound up allegedly taking her out. So, Young Miami, I think that you were just one of the people who were getting paid to do certain things that he wanted you to do. And when he cut your money low from what he was paying you, then you got mad and decided you ain't want to fool with him no more. All right. So do I feel like you were doing some FOs? Absolutely. Do I feel like Diddy had you doing some shit that you know you probably didn't want to do? You talked about you love being peed on, and that's something that Cassie said was happening to her as well. So do I believe you were in a few FOs? I believe you were in many FOs, allegedly. I wasn't there, didn't want to be there, but do I believe that you may have partaken in some things that were of sexual nature with Diddy and some other people? Yes, I do. Especially after you came out to tell one of his other women, don't make me make Diddy make you get on your knees. That means that someone is forcibly being made to do some sexually explicit things to you as punishment. So do I believe that you know about some of the things that's being spoken about in Diddy's current trial right now? I do. Do I feel like you should have been subpoenaed to testify? I do. Let's get into what they're saying here. All right.
And he was such a good person to me. And that's what people don't understand about like me and Puff relationship. They was just like, you were so loud and you made you a part of your brand, and you know, like you just thought that you had something, and it wasn't that. Because I think the same thing with him. Like, he didn't expect to fall in love with me, because we did end up falling in love with each other. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like, you know, it's just everything that's going on. Like, I don't want to get caught up in that, and I just need a moment to just pour into me.
Are you still dating Puff Daddy?
I'm not. I said I was going to tell my truth. I think that it really, really, really hurt me, because I just feel like you know, Puff was a really, really good person to me. I feel like he came and he helped me, and you know, he elevated me, and he saw a lot of things in me. And I feel like that's like one of his specialties. Like he know how to like find people and, you know, identify their talent. And he was able to see more than music in me. And I felt like he brought out another side of me. Like he brought out like my jitsu side. Like, you know, my woman side. Like it was like a lot of things that I didn't see in me that he brought out of me. You an icon. You a motherfucking mogul. You know what I'm saying? Like put God first. Make sure you keep God with everything that you do. When all of these things came out, I just needed to take a break and focus on what's important. It was just me and my career and my family. And he was such a good.
I call bullshit. If you love this man like you say you did, and when all these things started coming out and they got on Diddy's ass, you ran, girl. You ran. If a person love another person like that, and the feds is on their ass like that, you're gonna be there and support them. You're gonna testify against whoever is saying your man that you love so much is doing all these things. If you say you were never a part of it, you should have been the first person to show up in court to say, "Not my man." Him? He never did no shit like that. Where y'all get that from? So yes, honey, you put your good little Nikes on and you got to fucking running when the feds got on Diddy's ass. When Cassie filed that lawsuit, Caresha, you were out of there, sis. You wanted no parts. You left Diddy high and dry. You dropped off the pink Coquiana. That was your last time, according to what everybody said. That was your last time having any interaction with Diddy when he called you to bring that pink Coquiana from Miami, and you got your ass on that plane and brought it to him. And we ain't heard shit from you about no damn Diddy after that. Facts. We heard nothing else from you. So you were in love. This person loved you. Yeah, I feel like Diddy gave you something that you didn't get or was able to attain on your own. That was some clout. Because according to the city girls, they shit won't going nowhere. It took JT to break away from you to even start to become a star and make people even look y'all way. Well, her way. She was the biggest star in this shit anyway. And she served time. So you had way more time to be further ahead in your career than she did. She came out and hit the ground running. You had to go over there and do FOs and lick asses in order to be relevant. Can we just be raw this morning? Girl, bye. You did not love no Diddy. Diddy don't love no women, okay? Diddy don't love no woman. He didn't even love Cassie. He groomed the fuck out of Cassie and had her doing some very egregious things, and other people, strange men sleeping with her, one of which came forward to say that he contracted herpes. And Cassie was made to sleep with these men unprotected, which means she caught something as well. If she had sores in her mouth, you probably had something too. Because according to what you said in another interview, you said that Diddy liked it morning, noon, and night. He would get high, that you got no sleep being around him. So whatever was being done to you and what you were doing to other people, I'm going to say was probably without protection too. Because that's how Diddy liked it. He likes to watch his women that he fooled with be dug out and done by other people, random people, off Craigslist and any other damn list that he can find. So miss me with the I love you bullshit, because when he dropped your little fee that he was paying you per month to be nasty and do the shit that you were doing, and the shopping sprees got cut off, you were gone. So it really shows that you were there for the money, Caresha. Like, stop the bullshit. Stop playing in everybody's face. You ran because you were afraid. You ran because you knew your ass was probably going to have some charges as well. It sounds like you might have had some little madam in you. If you telling Diddy, if you tell other women, don't make me make Diddy make you do something actually as punishment, it gives madam. That's what it gives. Diddy don't keep nobody around him unless they can do something for him that he don't want to do. Everybody that's around Diddy is for money, clout, attention. They're trying to come up in some type of way, and they're being made to do things that they don't want to do, allegedly. Look at his track record. I'm just saying. You got to running, bitch. You got to running. So miss me with the bullshit of I was in love with him. Now you trying to cover for him. How much did he pay you for this interview to say that? Is my question. Because he's actually paying people to stand outside the courthouse $20 to wear a fucking t-shirt, free Diddy. Did you know that? We talked about that here. He's paying people to stand outside the courthouse to still try to fix his image when the nigga know he's losing this case left and right. With all these testimonies that are coming forward to talk about him, she's sitting back watching this shit. She's scared. So yes, you're going to come forward. Oh, I love him. That was my man. That was not your man. It was not your man no more than Cassie had that nigga. Cassie wasn't his man either, because he was boning out everybody else, and he was still trying to see Kim and talking about he loved Kim and anybody else. He was seeing Gina. He had a whole nother woman that he was dealing with as well. Cassie spoke about it in the trial, because I've been following, reading testimonies where she said that she was mad at him because he always had other women before her. So he trashed her just like he was trashing you. You were one of many of his hoes that he paid to be around to cover up his image, because he too ain't ready to come out the fucking closet. Y'all know I ain't telling no lie. I keep saying, and I was talking to my husband about this Diddy case the other day. I said, men who are overly aggressive like this towards women, it's because they're not able to live in their truth. They are hiding something, and it's irritating to them that they look around at other people that can be happy. Diddy's unhappy, and he's hiding his happiness. He always have those fucking shades on. You can never see his eyes. He's hiding behind those shades, and he takes drugs to numb the pain of him not being able to be who he wants to be publicly, because everything about Hollywood is about image. And if he comes out to say that he's this way, certain people will pull away from him. His business will crash. People will not support him in the way that he wants. And he needs that in order to be the nigga that he portrays himself to be. So he keep women around him as beards to do the things, egregious things, and abuse them and treat them in any type of way that he want to treat them, as an effort to be who he wants people to believe that he is. He's hiding. He's hiding. He's hiding. Caresha, just like you're hiding right now, because the Fed case is going. You're hiding. We don't see much of you lately. You're quiet when you should be speaking. When your man is on trial, you should have been the first one out there, like you were at the BET Awards with your sign up for Diddy. Where's your fucking sign, sis? For your nigga that you love. Why you not at the courthouse free Diddy? Nah, bitch, you at home looking at the news, hoping your name don't come up in this fucking trial. That's where you are. You ain't on no fucking podcast. I ain't seen you on TV. I ain't seen you doing no interviews since Diddy's been on trial, since the Fed snatched up Diddy. Where you at, sis? Show yourself. Show yourself. Yeah. I need to see that same energy that you had when you were with Diddy. I need to see you have that same energy, because you were at the awards like this. Come on, Poppy, free Diddy. You know, Poppy, yes, Poppy, I love you, Poppy. Where's that energy? Diddy needs you right now, because all of his friends who said that they were down for him, that was at his white parties and all these other parties, they're not there. But you were the one who said that you love him so much. That's some weird love. All right. But let's continue. Okay, let's continue. We know where you are, girl. You hiding. You hiding. You are hiding. He probably paid you. He probably paid you to be quiet too, just like he paid them fools standing outside that courthouse. $20 make you do some shit like that. Ooh, child. Let's move into the next topic. Now we've been covering. I'm trying to spin the block on some things that we've been talking about. Because if I talk about it and there's an update, we got to talk about it again. Y'all know how that works. I don't leave you guys hanging on that. There is an update on this case, and it's kind of making me a little irritated a bit. As you guys can see, these two gentlemen on my screen, Mr. Karmelo Anthony, who is 17 years old, is being tried as an adult under Texas state law for first-degree unaliving of Asst Metcalf, who was also 17 years old, for facing mandatory life in prison, possible parole after 40 years served. Now, you guys know the story behind this if you guys been following me. If you haven't, let me catch you up. The young man, the black young man that you guys see here is Karmelo Anthony. He was bullied for quite some time by this young man, also on the screen, who is now unalived by being stopped by Mr. Karmelo, because he was bullying Mr. Metcalf, which you guys see, the white gentleman was bullying Mr. Karmelo Anthony. He has a twin brother who also assisted him in bullying said gentleman. Now, on the particular day of the incident, there was a track meet that occurred, and a coach asked Mr. Karmelo Anthony to sit under a tent because it began to rain. And Asst Metcalf and his brother began they walked up to him, they snatched his phone, they slammed it to the ground, and they bullied him. And they jumped on him to fight him, and he fought back. When they overpowered him, as you guys can see, that is a very large Caucasian male there. Karmelo Anthony, if you guys have seen videos of him, he's very small. He's kind of tall, but he's very small in stature in terms of weight. The Metcalf twins jumped him, and he reached into his book bag and he pulled out a knife, We got to set that way for YouTube's sakes. And he stabbed him in the chest area, unaliving him. So he is now, he did have $1 million bond, in which the judge dropped it to $250,000, I think it was. And of course, that did spark some outrage across the board. Everyone in Texas is upset about the situation and the surrounding areas. They're upset because Karmelo was able to bond out. His family since then has been harassed. Since then, people were sending the obituary of the young man that passed away to his home. So much so until his mother had to do a press conference. You guys saw that, where she was crying in agony, where they just would not stop harassing her. So they had to pick up his entire family and move them to a gated community to keep them from being harassed further. But now they've made a decision that they're going to try this young man, 17 years old, as an adult for taking the life of this young man when he was only fighting for his life and standing up for himself. And I feel like this whole case is in self-defense. They jumped him. They continue to harass him. This was not the first encounter. I've been talking about it. I've been pulling up stuff. I showed you guys. The coach even came forward to say, hey, this is what happened. But Karmelo was fighting for his life. These two young big guys jumped on him after harassing him. And also they had friends that went to the same school as Karmelo Anthony that would harass him on their behalf as well. So yeah, I'm not happy about this. Let's get into what it's saying. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. All right, so according to several reports, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony is being charged with first-degree unaliving as a adult under Texas state law in the unaliving of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Now, Anthony, who claims self-defense, now faces life in prison if convicted. However, under Texas state law, he may be eligible for parole after 40 years served. Now, this says, as we previously shared on April the 2nd, police arrested Anthony, charging him with first-degree unaliving for allegedly unaliving Metcalf. It said that the football and track star died in his twin brother Hunter Metcalf's arms during an incident at a track meet where the boys' schools both met. Now, it says in some type of stadium in Frisco, Texas. Okay, it says that Anthony claims that he was told that he was sitting in the wrong seat and things quickly escalated. It says in recent news, it has been confirmed that Karmelo Anthony will be tried as an adult under Texas state law. Now, generally at 17, a person is considered an adult in Texas criminal justice proceedings. It said that he is being prosecuted under Texas concurrent jurisdiction laws, often referred to as a prosecutor direct file laws. All right, so we definitely need some prayers up for this young man, because I feel like in my heart of hearts that he was definitely fighting for his life. Okay, two big guys like this jump on you. They've been coming at you for quite some time. Do I agree that he probably should have unalived him? No, but I do feel like it was self-defense. So we're praying that the justice system see it as that. I'm hearing that the city that he is in and that this situation happening is very racist driven. So we're hoping that the justice system give him a very fair trial. And that nothing happens to him before he's able to see his day in court. He did just graduate from high school, so shout out to him for that. They did allow him to graduate with his class, so that's a great thing that he did get that under his get that done. That's a milestone. That's a happy moment for him. With everything that's going on, I know that as this trial progresses to be heard in court, I know he's very nervous. I know his family is very nervous now, hearing what the outcome of this may be, that he is facing life. And this man is this young man is a all A student. They were saying very smart in school. He stayed out of trouble, never got in trouble. He went to school every day. He was bullied so to the point where he had to take days off from school because it became too much. So I really hope that they take all of that into accountability when they're trying him for this case, and understand that this was self-defense. You can't walk up to a person and snatch their phone out of their hand. That's an assault situation. I really hope that. I really hope that these young men are also charged in this. I don't feel like Mr. Karmelo Anthony should be the only one charged here. Yes, he did stab a person, but it was because you walked up to him and snatched his personal property, slammed it to the ground, and then you both jumped on him. So he was outnumbered. Two big guys jumped on him to prove a point after you had been bullying him for quite some time. So let's pray that the justice system do what needs to be done, and that this young man does not have to serve 40 years or even life in prison, okay, over this situation. I really hope that it's looked at as a self-defense case, that he will not get that kind of time, okay? Because we have enough of our young men sitting in prison right now with their lives have been wasted. 40 years, his entire childhood, everything that he would do as a young man will be taken away over him trying to defend himself over bullies that walked up to him and started something with him when he had a direct order from a coach, which was an adult, a person in charge, asking him to sit in a certain area. And these two men had a problem with it, and they chose to act as they did, which caused this situation to be where it is right now. Okay, so I hate this, y'all. Oh my God, I hate this. When I saw this, I was so mad. All right, so let's read a little bit of this. Karmelo Anthony, who is 17, is facing a first-degree unaliving charge. He is being prosecuted under Texas concurrent jurisdiction laws, often referred to as prosecutor direct file laws. Now, these laws also prosecute to charge minors as adults without judicial oversight. Now, a policy that has disproportionately affected Black and brown youth accused of serious crimes like homicide in 12 states and Washington, D.C. Yeah, he's just another Black man caught up in a situation. Now, as of 2024, there are 56,245 people serving life without parole sentences who are under the age of 25 at the time of their offenses, according to a January report from the Sentencing Project. Now, more than half of the reported 25,254 people incarcerated with that sentence from 1995 to 2017 were Black, a separate report from the Sentencing Project revealed. Y'all hear that? Now, Texas ranks among the states with the highest number of life sentences individuals under 25, with 18,358 people currently serving life terms. Now, the Collin County District Attorney's Office is prosecuting Anthony's case. A grand jury will review the evidence and decide whether to formally indict him on first-degree unaliving charge filed at the time of his arrest or on a lesser charge such as manslaughter. If indicted and later convicted, Anthony could face a mandatory life sentence, though as a 17-year-old, he would be eligible for parole at 40 years under Texas state law. All right. It said that Anthony is expected back in court once there's a grand jury decision. If the panel decides that there's enough evidence to indict him on any charges, a court date will be set. All right. So that's what's going on, and that's the update with that, okay? As you guys can see, he was permitted to graduate, to attend his graduation, okay? And he was barred. So he was barred from the ceremony, because from what I read, he was there. So he was barred from the ceremony, but he did get to graduate. So that's still good. He got his diploma. Great for him. All right, so you guys already know the updates on that. If you want to know more and read up more on it, please go over to Hollywood Unlocked, because that's where we just saw it. All right, so last topic. You guys remember we talked about Q from day 26 of yesterday. I showed you guys the video where the members of day 26 sat down and they began to become very emotional about the things that they witnessed that happened to Q from day 26 from Diddy. He was saying that Dawn, who was his girlfriend at the time, gave him a pill from Diddy to give to him. He thought was ecstasy. He found out that Dawn didn't never take her pill, but and nobody knows where Dawn wound up being after this said alleged incident occurred. But he was taken to one of Diddy's homes in the Hamptons. While there, he was violated after said pill because he blacked out. He didn't know what the hell happened, and this situation occurred in Diddy's twins' bedroom at the home of Diddy in the Hamptons. Okay, so Q from day 26 has most recently spoken out again, and I called it because I do follow him as well as the other members of day 26 as well, where he's giving his account of what's happening. So he's starting to speak, and I'm glad, because that's one of the healing mechanisms that's great for him, dealing with all the things that he's dealing with. He spoke yesterday, as you guys saw in the interview, where he's having to be medicated every day to cope with what's been going on. They did diagnose him with having schizophrenia, which is something that occurs when something very tragic happens to you, which is what happened to him. I feel like he was Justin Bieber, and when I say Justin Bieber, I feel that while he was out with whatever it is that he took, well, we get ready to reveal it right here in a few minutes. You guys are going to be like, what the? Yes, honey. And I heard about this same particular drug being used in several other instances of women and other people who came forward to say that they were violated by Diddy and his camp. All right. I'll just go ahead and say it. Shit. He was given a horse tranquilizer. He was given a horse tranquilizer by Diddy. So Diddy handed Don a horse tranquilizer to give to Q. Q took the horse tranquilizer, and Don did not take hers, obviously, because she was still, doing whatever she was doing. He woke up to loud screams, according to him, where he obviously was violated while he was out of it. His clothes were changed because he had on basketball shorts after the fact. So they changed him from what he had on into some like basketball shorts, something that was very loose. And when he woke up, he said he had cameras, like from like cell phone cameras in his face, where they were taking pictures for maybe like, to be able to hold over his head later on. Okay, which is very sad. Let's get into this. I'm going to read into what he is saying here. Hold on. All right, so let me go ahead and share with you guys so y'all can see with me. I'm happy that he's speaking out because he could not speak in the interview that we shared with you guys on yesterday. He became very emotional. All of them became emotional and had to actually leave the set. That's just how hard it was for them to talk about what happened to him. I feel like he was gang R-worded. I'm going to say it again. I feel like he was gang R-worded, which is what happened to Justin Bieber, allegedly. Okay. Yeah. And he thought he was just going to a party at the Hamptons with Diddy, and only to get there and wound up being tricked into taking a horse tranquilizer, which took him completely out of his mind. He didn't know what was going on. When he woke up, he was violated. So Q from Day 26 says, I take full accountability for what I allowed into my life, because in the end, I had a choice. But let me be candid. He says, I genuinely believed that I was taking something that I tried before, which was ecstasy. He said he and Don took ecstasy before. So he says that it wasn't ecstasy. It turned out to be a horse tranquilizer given to me by my ex-girlfriend, who claimed that it was from her boss to give to me. Roughly 20 minutes after swallowing that red pill, my body heated up and I collapsed into unconsciousness. He says, I remember being on the top upper level of the mansion near the pool, and then nothing. I later woke up in a room downstairs, lying in a bed with no memory of how I got there. I emerged from a deep, paralyzing sleep, screaming and sobbing. My body was in shock, my mind spinning in confusion. The horror of realizing that I'd been drugged with something far more potent than I was led to believe shattered me. There were 2 red pills. She never took hers. So Diddy used Don to set Q up. All right. So Don, you need to answer to that because you just testified against Diddy. Says that part always haunted me. It felt less than a shared experience and more like an experiment, like I was a lab mouse in a twisted trial to see how fast I'd collapse. Damn. All right. And I've read this before. This is still like, he says that, and none of it was funny. It was terrifying. My trust had been manipulated and my vulnerability exploited. After I came to, I began experiencing disturbing psychological symptoms, auditory hallucination. Let me go back. I don't know why I can't talk today. All right, let me go back. Okay. After I come to, I begin experiencing disturbing psychological symptoms, auditory hallucinations, racing thoughts, intense paranoia, and crushing anxiety. My thoughts weren't clear. My memory started slipping. I felt like my mind had regressed. I was forced to relearn basic things with the support of doctors and loved ones. He was messed up. Okay, y'all know how strong a horse tranquilizer is. Said that the pill had broken me mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Whatever ritual, spell, or manipulation that pill carried, it hijacked my anatomy. It says that I began isolating myself. Sleep became my only escape from the pressure in my skull. He says, I truly believe that it was orchestrated by her boss, meaning Diddy, a display of power meant to, destabilize a weak mind and instill fear. Okay. He says, to anyone quick to judge or dismiss my trauma, please remember, you weren't there. Mental health is a silent war, one that I fought in the shadows for too long. He says that when you love someone, you're willing to go unimaginable lengths for them. Okay, says to trust, trust becomes your compass. He says that this journey I'm on is about reclaiming my power, choosing truth, and healing out loud. Okay, So shout out to him for sharing that, you guys. So he's revealed that something that he could not reveal in the interview because he became very emotional, as well as the other members of the group Day 26, where they were very supportive of him. I was glad to see that. But he does reveal that Diddy handed Dawn, which was his girlfriend at the time, a tranquilizer to give to him, and which he thought was ecstasy, which turned out to be that tranquilizer. And by the time he got to the party, he was walking around, but his body just collapsed. And I believe he was carried into a room, and some unimaginable things happened to him that he, of course, did not give permission to, which means he was R-worded. And I feel like it was gang R-worded, like it happened to Justin Bieber. So you see how Justin Bieber is always crashing out and having these moments. Q from Day 26 is having that as well. So I don't know what kind of, like he said, he felt it was a ritual of some sort, where he woke up and all of this was videotaped and it was used to manipulate him and blackmail him into being quiet. So he's not been able to speak his truth, and he's been battling these demons from within because he hasn't been able to speak about it. He's gotten some help, like he said, through counseling and through therapy, but a lot of things I feel he still hasn't talked about that he's experienced and saw and witnessed, and things that's happened to him as well. But I'm happy that he's able to speak about it now, because talking about it sometimes is a great way to kind of get over and get through those things. Okay. Especially when it's somebody that you can trust and that's very supportive, as he was received with his bandmates. So that's what's happening, and that's what happened to him. Okay. So Don, it's given that you might need to come back and talk again, ma'am, because how can you, as his girlfriend at the time, give him a pill? Or maybe she didn't know it was a tranquilizer. Maybe she thought it was ecstasy. Maybe Diddy said, hey, this is ecstasy, give it to him. Maybe I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, because I do like Don as an artist. But what I don't like is that Diddy always likes to use other people to do his dirty work. That was some dirty work. That, I'm saying again, that was some fucking dirty work, to give someone a fucking horse tranquilizer. A horse. You know how strong that shit is to give to a human? And this is, like I said, not the first time. I'm gonna have to go back and dig up the interviews now, because I watch them and reading stuff. But there are other people who came forward to say horse tranquilizers were given to them and things were done to them and they were taken advantage of. So yeah. So shout out to Q from Day 26 for being transparent. Your transparency definitely will help someone else who may not have had an encounter with Diddy, but was, taken advantage of. Okay. You never know how your story will heal or help heal somebody else by speaking about it. Yes, it's embarrassing. And I'm so tired of people saying, oh, how do we know that happened to him? And I said it yesterday. Men don't usually come forward to say that they were R-worded because they don't like their manhood tested. They don't like people talking about it. It's embarrassing for a man to come forward to say that he was violated in that way by another man or men, or a train ran on him. That's embarrassing for a man. So it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of heart to come forward to speak on something like that, okay? And to say that, hey, this happened to me. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. So shout out. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I'm glad he's speaking on it, and I hope he keeps speaking. I do follow him. If you guys would like to follow him, Q from Day 26, okay? This is my other page. I'll go ahead and follow from this page too, because I have two. All right, so I'll go ahead and follow him there. But I do follow him, so anything he posts, I definitely will see it. But you can follow him here, as you guys can see, Q of Day 26, okay? Q of Day 26. Let's go ahead and look at his page. Some of this stuff looks a little dark. I don't know if it's from what he went through with Diddy, but yeah, okay? So yeah, this is his page. He also did an interview with what's his child name? Aubrey from the group Danny Kane. Okay, he did a little interview on the podcast with her. You guys can go and watch that as well at your leisure, because he's sharing some things there as well. Okay, but this is his page for those of you that want to follow him. All right, that's him. Some of the members of Day 26. All right, so y'all can follow him. Y'all can follow him. All right, because I certainly do. All right, but that is it, guys. I got to get out of here. Thank y'all for joining the live. I appreciate you all for stopping by. Yeah, he was definitely Justin Bieber. He was definitely Justin Bieber. So prayers to him, prayers for everybody, prayers for Karmelo Anthony in this situation, that this court decision goes in the way that it needs to. Prayers for anybody in the chat. If you guys are dealing with anything that's very heavy, you don't have to share it, but sending prayers your way, okay? Seriously, because we never know what a person is dealing with. when they hop on this internet. You just never know. So I appreciate you guys for being here. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to go out on my little date, child, and be grown a little bit. And I'll try to see you guys later. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day. Happy Sunday. Please leave some comments and let me know how you guys feel about the topics that we discussed here. Okay. Thank you, Rose Armstead, Truth TV Podcast. Thank you, KBR. Thank you, Belle Wilson. Thank you, Tyra. Thank you, Scorpion Miss. Thank you all for doing an awesome job of modding for me. Thank you to all the content creators that may have stopped by. Schoolboy, if you're in the house, shout out to you. Shout out to Sunny Days. Shout out to all of my Karmelians. All right, every content creator, everyone watching this video, please don't forget to leave a comment. Please don't forget to tap that like as well so that you guys can push this video out into the algorithm, okay? Love you guys down. See you guys later. Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst